Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I can say, welcome back to the Advancement Center here in Santa Barbara. I'm hesitating because we've just had 60 minutes taken away from us while claiming that we will get them back later this year. All this by decree. It makes you wonder what else has been decreed and perhaps never returned. The last time we met, you received keys to the kingdom, keys to open doors that have been off limits to the logical world and labeled as such. You can see I'm still smarting from having just lost an hour. Yeah. We here at the Advancement Center are returning to you your rightful inheritance, your origin, your true identity, authentic life with a future filled with magic and miracles. That's what we stand for. You are more than you have been taught to believe. You are a welcomed member of the family of man coming here from your origin. And that is the truth. I don't know why, but I have this giggle just below my words today, and it's delightful. So here we go. Numerologically, the date today adds up to 3. Yeah. Whenever the number 3 shows up in your life, it's generally an omen of creativity, communication, optimism, and curiosity. I looked through the annals of the Advancement Center and discovered this passage entitled Creative. And here it is. As you move into the newness of this time, you will notice everything starting all over again. Even the technical parts of your world are new and totally different to the past. The software on your computers is updating, and the equipment now operates differently because of the new way that has appeared in your reality. For many people, this will be the same, but you are now going further and looking at the future, which is different again in every way you can imagine. All the various aspects will come to life quickly, and it will soon be obvious that the old way of life is being put away forever, where it can never be accessed again. Now that sounds ominous. Wow. And if you've ever wondered about the derivation of our name claiming advancement in our title, here it is. Advancement is now the most prominent aspect of life, and all the components are about to fill everyone's life with joy and excitement beyond belief. All that is needed is a moment of free flow, and there in front of you will be everything that you can ever need to access. Advancement is not a linear process, even though it is implied in the meaning of the word. In the process of advancement, everything is available, even though you have no idea what much of it means. And new data is being thrust in front of you regularly to indicate its presence. The gradual awareness that we explain to one another is actually a random process that continually paints a picture from the unknown components until the light of awareness comes on and suddenly declares that it understands what has been presented. The old descriptions and similarities disappear as soon as you declare your understanding, and a new description is developed to satisfy this understanding. Yeah. We'll get there. It's being explained. Because if you reserve all egoic comments and judgments, you might just gaze at the flow and see. Can you do that? Reserve all egoic comments? I know sometimes I can't. It just comes out. And in this state, that what is being delivered to you is an understanding of what you have available and where you can find it at any time. The level at which you approach all unknowns determines your ability to comprehend. Isn't that true? If you approach everything as new, you will look for the instructions and go from there. But if you have any concept or expectation, then you will not understand until you either change the reality of what you were looking at, or you find a similarity to what you already know. Haven't you experienced that? Where we alter what we're looking at to fit what we have become the masters of. Yeah. Now, as you step further into the process of advancement, you will see that you have control over many things, but you do not have control over the random movement that makes things happen. The more you try to take control over the random movement of events, the more you will find yourself locked in the cycle that prevents anything new from appearing in your world. When you go with the flow and enjoy the skills you display along the way, you will be continually exposed to the magic, and many miracles will appear all around you. When I saw that, I said, yes, yes, that's what it's all about. Be willing to see the new. It's interesting. Experience has managed to lock out the very essence of your being. And now it is prudent to see everything as new, so that there is no link to the past or its experiences. Somehow that fits, and it's not exactly comfortable. Yeah. That daylight savings time really got me going this morning. And I just said, where did they get that? That they can decree just about everything on our lives. And they do it. And they get away with it. But that's why this is so important, that we are anchored in our spirit and what we truly know and experience every day. This week, we have been treated to Genya's insights, Simeon's guidance, and peace and love twice. Adrian had to travel to other locales with his magic, so we didn't have the benefit of his amazing broadcast. And David's message from and to him engaged us with his sheer wit, disclosure, elegance, and pure love when he said, and see how this all fits. As you began your adventure here on earth, you set for yourself many markers to trigger your movement to that desired destiny that you laid out before yourself. There were many paths that could lead to those markers, and you could freely choose any direction you wanted to go. For all paths would eventually lead you to the arrival in a place that would take you on to the next part of your adventure. Those great explorers that were mentioned in his previous words desired with great passion to arrive at a destiny that they set before themselves. And we are no different. We receive, just as they did, great moments of inspiration, motivation, and realization of what we need to reach our desired destiny. And then there were always, oh yes, there always follows great moments of downtime. That's what it is. Time for you to process, time for you to formulate the next move, time for you to play or relax, or even simply to come to grips with the magnitude of what you had just experienced, what some would call an awakening. So, using that word, you could say that you were awakened, and then you would rest, and then you would sleep, and then you would awaken once again with new energy and new vigor as the information begins to flood in through an open channel that is always available to you to reestablish your motivation and your passion for your desired destination. Even if you didn't understand each word, the feeling comes through always, because David is leading us in a whole new way with vigor, love, inspiration, and so much more. Thank you, David. It is always a treat to read your words and feel what you must have felt when you received them. Now, where am I? Yeah. David's words come from afar and always fill us with a new clarity for what we may be feeling. As my mother used to say, nothing is lost in the kingdom of God. So even though we may think we've misplaced something or forgotten something amazing, it's there at all times. So even though the powers that be took away 60 minutes, nothing can take away from what we have gleaned what we share, and what we look forward to every time we're in touch and seated at the right hand of our Creator. Many ways to reach that location, but always with the result of total love, without expectation, love without seriousness, love with pure acceptance. And in this place of acceptance of it all come gifts. And one of those gifts is called talent. And talent can be applied everywhere, because everything somehow reminds us of our origin, our original home. And what we're doing here is creating that love space that we so remember. And sometimes it comes through as a talent, using materials and creating a feeling. And I recently discovered mine was with pastel. And here's this week's result. Now, everyone can see the houses, the water, the boat, the bridge, but Mandar told us this is a photograph. This was taken from a photograph of a canal behind the house in the Netherlands. And I immediately went there and I said, I don't remember seeing canals, but it has a charm, and it has an invitation of a sweet existence where you can boat over to a neighbor, cross the bridge, and I hope you like it. It's always a pleasure to meet like this. And I don't even know where my voice is landing on this beautiful planet. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there were words that were inspiring. And just know that we here at the Advancement Center are always holding the door open for you to enjoy a perfect life with perfect health and a truly magic future. Thank you for joining me today. I am Barbara.